Welcome to the Knowing Angels channel. My name is Lisa Gober. I've been a psychic medium for over 30 years and I have been working with angels my whole life. And I've been talking with ghosts my whole life. I've done some ghost hunting before. It's fun. That's our topic for today, by the way. What's up with ghosts? What's up with those guys? We're going to go into how they became the types of ghosts. We're going to talk about ghost shows and ghost hunting and how angels fit into all this, and what you can do if you're getting freaked out. The thing to remember is don't be afraid. So we're going to just dive right in. We're just going to go right into this. Ghosts obviously are people that have passed on, okay? Some people are too afraid to move on. Maybe they don't want to leave their family, and then once their family has all passed away, they don't even know what to do, so they just stick around. Some people have left residual energy so heavy or hard that in a space, maybe they love their home and they passed peacefully and they went over, but so they stick around. That's a residual haunting. If you watch ghost hunting shows, you hear that. It's not it's not a real ghost. It's just the energy of it. Okay, and there's nothing to be afraid of. Don't be afraid of ghosts. Even if some people pass on that were naughty or bad in life and they decide they're going to be bad in the afterlife too. This is true. And so they'll try to play pranks or they'll be just jerks to scare you. Don't be afraid. They feed off that energy and there's no reason to be afraid. I'll tell you why. If you're afraid of them, they suck your energy. They use that against you. But also, all you have to do is call, "Hey, Archangel Michael, can you bring your crew and remove this guy? He's annoying." He'll do it. Okay? Now, here's the kicker. We have free will, and we have free will in the afterlife. And the Archangel Michael can remove this dude, but the dude can choose to come back. So if that happens, and that's happened to me, I had not a residual, it was a conscious ghost, but it had lost its humanity. And the last apartment I lived in with my roommate, and this ghost was like, it had just a white shape. It was a mist, it had black holes for eyes and a black hole for a mouth, and it was weird, but it knew what it was doing. And I had, after it scared my cat, it began manifesting physically. Like you could see the mist forming into its shape. And my cat was freaking out and hissing and spitting at it. And I got mad and I waved my arms through the apparition. I'm not even joking. It was very cold and damp. It was like a deep fog that was very cold. And I ran my hands through it and said, "Oh, no, you don't. How dare you?" And I scolded it. And then I called Archangel Michael to remove it, and he did. And a couple weeks later, I saw it return. So again, Archangel Michael removed him again. And so after a couple times, he didn't come back. So it might take a couple times, but the key is don't be afraid. And don't be afraid of you see things moving. I know it's weird. I know it's weird. I've seen it. I've experienced all of this. It's weird. Knocking on the walls, stuff moving in front of you, stuff flying off a shelf in front of you. It's weird. So a lot of times it's someone wanting to get our attention. Okay, they're stuck here. It's not necessarily a poltergeist. It's literally, "Hey, I'm here. I'm here." And you might hear hear this on the ghost shows. "Oh, don't talk to it, because then it'll stay or it'll do more." And that's not necessarily true because it's trying to get your attention. So it's not going to stop trying to get your attention. Okay, it might even try moving bigger things and doing more stuff. Let's get our cat here. Cats and animals, speaking of, yeah, he's not happy about this. Cats and animals, speaking of ghosts, they are very perceptive of them. They can pick them up. You see a cat staring at the wall. You see your dog staring at something, watching something moving. They're very perceptive, as are little kids. I know you're mad. I picked you up. This is Alan, by the way. He is 14 years old, and he's a good boy. And yes, dear, the residual energy, you'll know because it's like you'll hear something walking back and forth, and it will do it at the same time or the same day of the week, and that's all it'll do. I won't do anything different. That's residual. So it could be any, any kind of movement. But if it's at the same time, same day, same time, same day of the week, whatever, same day of the month, that is residual energy. So what else about ghosts? Now, spirits can come back and talk to us when they pass over. That's not necessarily ghosts. So if your mom comes to say hi and knocks a picture off a wall, she's not necessarily a ghost. Okay, she's just saying, I'm here, right? That's just the spirit. That's like a guide. That's her saying hi. That doesn't mean she's stuck as a ghost in your house. Okay, let's be very clear on that. Most ghosts aren't there to hurt you or scare you. Yes, there are some places where there are some not good energies and not good things that will try to freak you out to get your energy and will throw stuff at you. Don't be afraid to yell. Excuse me. Don't be afraid to yell and be like, stop. I'm not afraid of you. Knock it off. Archangel Michael, come help me with this dude. Don't be afraid to do that, especially to call Archangel Michael. This is what we have, angels here to help us. Ask for help. They can do this. They can take away these entities and these things. Now, let's talk about the ghost hunting shows. And I'm going to take a swig of water because for some reason I'm just like parched. Got a little summer allergies, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, ghost hunting shows. I'm addicted. I don't watch all of them because I think most of them are stupid. But there's a couple I watch regularly. I watch the original, the Ghost Hunter guys and their new, Ghost Hunters show. I've watched them in their, various things. But I watch those guys. I think for the most part, they're genuine and they're just fun to watch the investigation. I take everything with a grain of salt. Okay. And I watched Kindred Spirits, which I think is probably the best one by how they do the investigation and treat the entities. I think that's by far the best one. The one I've been watching, and I get really annoyed, is the Ghost Adventures. Now that's one of the most popular shows. It's like in season 26. Zach Baggins makes me crazy. He is very aggressive. He taunts, which I don't think you should taunt. I think that's wrong. And he's just overly dramatic. He's so overly dramatic. Even when he does his little like speech in the beginning, it's so like, dude. And if you like it, I mean, there's no problem. It's entertaining for sure. I do believe they catch stuff. Yeah, and I do believe he's an empath. Of course, we all are to a degree, and some of us are much more empath than he, very well. I mean, I've watched the show where people end up getting scratched, and it's like, whoa. I do believe it, to a degree. So I just find Zach Baggins so. That doesn't mean if he wasn't at like Comic-Con, I wouldn't be like, hey, go up to him and meet him. But it's still, you know what I'm saying, right? All right. So these ghost hunting shows are fun. Investigating houses is fun. It's neat to get something on your recorder. I've had that happen. I had a recorder. This is back in the day, and I got a voice, but unfortunately, I don't remember what it said, and I don't have the recorder anymore. That was a lifetime ago. It's neat to go into a haunted house and actually hear knocking or voices or loudness, and you're like, whoa. It's neat to have these experiences for sure. But you got to remember, don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid of them. And you can always ask Archangel Michael to, like, if you feel like a ghost is bothering you at night, please, stop. This ghost, please cleanse my room, guard my room so that I can sleep through the night without being interrupted, without, don't allow anyone in here. No spirits, no entities are allowed in here but angels. You can also ask ghosts to stop. Hey, can you stop turning the light on enough? Okay, can you stop? I used to tell them, I don't mind if you're here, but we got to work together. Okay, so I had a ghost that I lived with my mother in this other apartment. I've lived in many haunted places. And it would take stuff. It would take stuff like CDs, stuff like that. And he'd look for it and he'd be like, where the hell? And he'd be like, You say, please put it back. Please put my stuff back, dude. I wouldn't mind if you're here, but you gotta put my stuff back. And then you'd go in the other room, like you would say that, like I would say that, and I'm in the kitchen or something. Then I go in the other room, and then my CDs would be on my bed, right? I mean, stuff like that. And it was like, weird, but also like, thank you. They do stuff. They do stuff to let you know they're here. And eventually, I ended up leading that ghost and moving him on, because he was getting a little annoying. Like my mother was asleep. Don't be afraid by that story. It's a fun story. I heard my mother scream one night, and I rushed in her room, and she had woken up, and there was a man's face right in front of her face staring at her. So yeah, don't be afraid. That was kind of when I drew the line and went in her room, and which was always freezing cold, even with the heat on full blast. I went in the room and I talked to the dude, and he was stuck. He was stuck thinking he was alive, and he was a drug dealer, and he thought these guys were coming to get him. And he said, they're coming. You got to hide, get down. He didn't want me by the window. Get down, they're coming. They're going to kill me. And I said, dude, I think they did. You're dead. And he had no idea. He was just stuck in this reality. And he knew we were in there, the house, so he was making noise and knocking on the walls and moving dishes and taking our stuff. But he had no idea he was actually dead. He thought he was in this perpetual state of fear when he got killed. It's so much to the fact that he stuck around. Now, he was not a residual ghost, but he was just stuck. That's something that, it takes a trauma to have a ghost stuck. It takes a lot of energy and emotion on their part, okay? So it's not something you really need to worry about with your loved ones. Most of the time, they're not going to be stuck. They literally are going to go over and they're going to come visit. That doesn't mean they're stuck. All right. If you have any questions, please put them below. If I forgot to talk about anything, please let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, please follow, like, share. I just love to put the information out there. That is what I'm here for. That is what the angels want me to do. And if you want to deepen your psychic senses so you can connect with ghosts, so you can connect with loved ones or angels, the psychic school is available to you. It is a low-cost school. There's payment plans. You just email me. Also, if you do enroll in psychic school and you decide you want to do the Knowing Angels Academy to get all the angel info and spirit guide info, all you got to do is enroll in this Knowing Angels Academy. Let me know. I will discount the cost of psychic school, because psychic school is actually included in the Knowing Angels Academy. All right. But you can also do psychic school separately. Okay. So if you do psychic school on its own and you decide you want to do Knowing Angels Academy, email me. I will discount the cost of psychic school from the Knowing Angels Academy, since you already did it and you already have it. And yeah, I'll put those links below for you to check out. And that is it. I hope this served you. I hope this was kind of fun. And I will see you on the next. I love you dearly.